shining, shining.
Hello and welcome into a special edition of Daytime Alabama as we get you ready for the 2012 Schaeffer Eye Center Crawfish Boil along with Dr. Jack Schaeffer.
Thanks for having me here.
We are glad you're here. We're ready for this big event. It does seem to get bigger and better every year. I think that's the case this year.
Yeah, you know, it started at Lakeview with me in 1995 when Aaron Beam sort of took it out of his backyard and we took it over and had 2,000 people. Now we're going to have 45,000 of you out there having just what a great time it's going to be.
Were you surprised with those 2,000? Did you go, oh my Lord, look at this?
Oh, I had the best time. And for y'all who remember Lou, you remember Lou's Pub? I mean, he was upset about us putting it there, but then he saw these people and he said, oh my God, every year we want it here, we want it here. You know,
how many years was it at Lakeview?
It was there for 3 years.
Okay.
And then we moved to Dr. Pepper for a couple of years.
Right.
Grew out of that one real quickly. Then moved to the Railroad Park.
Before Railroad Park.
Yeah, we actually, and thank you very much for those 200 volunteers. We got 200 people out there that clean out that park. And then we only cleared out about 20 yards. There were still cars and railroads, and trains. But we had to fence them off, and now look what's out there. I
think you were the incentive, the encouragement for the city to say, hey, we could do something with this space.
Well, actually, there was a group called the Railroad Park, the Friends of Railroad Park had started meeting separately. None of us knew about all this.
Really?
And so we were working on one side, they were working on the other, and at the time the mayor said, you know, I think there's a group that started up trying to do something with this park. They were going to build a museum, actually. And we all got together, and, you know, it's just been great.
That is incredible.
And you know, whenever businesses kind of attach themselves to events, it is a reflection of leadership at some point. Is this event, does this kind of tell us something about Dr. Jack Schaeffer?
I'm not sure. It has to do with eating, drinking, and music.
But a lot of fun.
I don't know what that has to do with.
There's a lot of fun and a lot of passion.
Actually, it's a family event. In fact, you know, it started as the Beam Schaeffer family, and we did it on the street, and it's grown into like y'all are all our family. You know, it truly is the Birmingham's music event, and we are the largest music event in the city, and the bands this year are going to be great. We're not talking about those yet. Yeah. They tell me I can't do that.
That's coming up.
That's right.
That's coming up. You have an incredible team that helps to pull all this together. Does it seem to be a daunting task after each successful year? How are we going to top that next year? Who are we going to invite to come and play for us? Well,
Red Mountain Entertainment, Gary Weinberger does a great job. I mean, it used to be a very daunting, we had a full-time employee, that's all they did, for a year to do this. And then it got so big, it was way over our head. Yeah. And Red Mountain Entertainment has just done a great job. And yeah, they started looking at bands, I think back in September, we started looking at who they're going to have. I used to have say-so.
I was going to ask, how much say do you have?
I sit down and say, okay, I'd like so-and-so. I'd like so-and-so. And they said, okay, I know, you know, they
my name is on this event.
Yeah,
now.
they don't care.
So-and-so.
Right. They don't care. They look at me and say, you do the eyes, we do the music.
Fair enough.
I have to say, though, your kids probably think you're pretty cool.
They used to, not anymore. They've grown up now. Yeah, they are their own cool.
We're talking about the band's next segment, but if folks are watching right now, the best way to go ahead and get tickets to this event, they can do it even as we speak while we're there watching us.
Yeah, they need to get online and get from what's that, Ticketmaster. Get on with Ticketmaster and get those tickets now because we know this is going to be a great event. And the VIP tickets this year are going to be great. I promise you a great experience. We have new viewing stages so we can see better. And for those that don't want to go on VIP, we are spreading it out. Everybody will be able to see the stage. The layout this year is going to be great. Of
course, great music, which we're going to talk about coming up. Food as well. 20,000 pounds of crawfish.
And not just crawfish, because remember, there's so many vendors. There's, you know, I see people walking around with those turkeys and what are those pies that people,
funnel cakes?
Funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes are big.
You a funnel cake guy?
I'm more that turkey guy.
But I see these pies, I say, God, how can you eat all that? Next thing, these are my kids, and they're gone. I mean, that plate is
It doesn't take long.
I don't know the calories or the benefit of eating funnel cake and crawfish. But it can't be too good.
That's right. It's just one weekend, right?
Good.
It's just one weekend.
Let go for sure.
And then also
Coca-Cola. Don't forget your Coca-Cola. I need my Coca-Cola.
And then also, what's so great about the event is the community service aspect, and we'll talk about that more coming up.
Yeah, because it really was and is. We started the Party with a Purpose, and that was our theme from 1995 on, a Party with a Purpose. And every year, even last year with Friday with the tornado, we had a very bad Friday, but every year we really try to help the community with what we do. And Camp Smile a Mile, I don't want to talk about that yet, but it's just a wonderful party.
We'll get into all of that. But
It's going to be a
so
good...
we got a great show ahead.
Yeah, we got a lot of ground
ready.
to cover. After the break, we're going to break down the bands. Band breakdown.
Y'all won't let me do that. I would have done
After the
that
break.
now already.
We're going to do it. All in due time.
Everybody tells me what to do.
That's
Why?
But we'll be back. Welcome back into the Schaeffer Ice Center Crawfish Boil Special, getting you ready. We look like we could be like a band.
This just feels good,
you know,
doesn't it?
We
Just
could
kinda
be
feel
good.
a little
we
cool
could hit the
here.
road.
What do you think?
The Three Amigos? I
What
don't know.
song you want to play?
So these are signed by some of the biggest names in
Yeah.
rock and roll.
This was 2009, this
2010.
is 10,
2011.
that's 11. So all the bands of each of the years. I know Katy Perry's in here somewhere, and
CeeLo Green's on this one
and
somewhere.
Snoop Dogg's on one of these.
Yeah.
Who's coming
Theory of
back?
a Dead Man, Kate from the B-52s,
Oh, she's good.
and a bunch of doctors because I can't read their handwriting.
But the good thing is not what's on there.
Yeah, who's coming up?
Yeah.
on the
So there's going to be another
sheets.
one of these created after this year, right?
Yeah, and well, each year we do that. We do this just to represent that we remember who's there along. Now,
You know,
I can't
think it's
read
a
any
great
of
idea.
these.
I mean, when you look at these, you can see there's quite a diverse group of talent. But I don't think it's ever been more as diverse as it is this year.
And you know, what Red Mountain did this year is they decided we really want to listen to you and bring you lots of different music. So whether you like country, alternative, rock, we've got it all. So I'm going to start, because I have to read it, just because there's so many bands this year.
right.
But on Friday, we start with Drake White and Blackberry Smoke.
Okay, Friday, doors open at 3.
3 o'clock on Friday. So, you know, what was that thing we were saying the other day? About, it was out the door at 4 last year, and this year is don't be late. What's that? Oh, you won't see me after 3. Tell your bosses you won't see me after 3. Thank you. That was it. We're out the door. But then Childish Gambino, who's phenomenal. I mean,
Okay, now there's an interesting story behind him.
I didn't know that.
Did you not know that?
No, give it.
This is like an alter ego. He is the actor in what?
Troy from Community, which is a great
On
show
NBC.
on NBC.
Really?
This is
Yes.
his alter ego.
See, I didn't even know that.
Well, there you go.
My
learned
kids
that.
love him. I just,
Isn't
you
that
know,
cool?
well, they're not kids anymore, but I call them. I say, "Here's what we got." Oh my God, you have Childish Gambino. We love that.
It's
Yeah.
And then
fun.
we do a little country, Brantley Gilbert. We've never had country before, so if you like country music, we want you there, because if you come, we'll have more next year.
Brantley Gilbert's got a huge song out right now.
Yeah, and
I think it's the #1 song in all country.
well, he's one of the top 5 people we've asked. That's one that we want. That you, our people, want us to get.
And then things are going to be rocking after that, right?
Yeah, and then we start the Cult and Jane's Addiction, and people
Turns
say,
it up a notch.
Yeah.
And Jane's Addiction's got a new CD coming out.
I
so
can't
they-
believe the cold is still out.
Well, you know, it's funny because when I first send it out to friends when we announce, I say the Cult. They said, they're still around? I said, we coming. We want the Cult.
That's awesome.
And I said, but what about Charles Gambino? Never heard of that one. But I want the Cult.
So that's the
It's
Friday
something
night
for
lineup.
everyone,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
just Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Then we got to start Saturday.
All right,
It's
let's do it.
unbelievable. Moon Taxi, Future Birds, and the Head and Heart. And there's some Athens, Georgia bands. Which, you know,
Okay,
One of
okay.
my kids is Athens right now.
And gates
loves it.
open at 1:45 on Saturday.
1:45 and be there and get set.
Okay.
And this will be nice viewing this year, so a lot more viewing space. But then for you that love rock, Megadeth
my.
is back. And so I know there's a big following for Megadeth out there. And Lupe Fiasco, who's just great. And of course, everybody knows Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And we're going to finish that night with one of the hottest bands in the country, Wiz Khalifa.
Now,
It's-
hasn't Snoop Dogg been here before?
Oh, yeah, he was
A couple years
on
ago.
this
I think he's a
guitar
big
right
fan of
here.
Dr. Jack Schaeffer.
But him and
In
Wiz do
Birmingham.
some songs together, so hopefully they'll do something together and we'll play on stage.
That whole lineup from Lupe Fiasco, Snoop Dogg, and Wiz.
Lupe
that's all
Fiasco
gonna be
is
just
big
fun.
right now, too.
Yeah, the whole and Megadeth is going to
Yeah.
bring a group of people. We know some people just love some really hard rock, and so
So will you sing some of their songs, like,
Yeah,
people
no.
at home,
No.
so
We'll
that
play.
they can
No, no.
recognize?
We'll play. Let's go.
I know that
Here we
one
go.
thing I got, but I don't wear it. I got my Rolio on, and I'm drinking Chandon. That's the only words I know from Snoop Dogg. So I'm not going to say the rest of the words.
Fantastic.
Oh,
I guess I would, but he doesn't have a guitar. I'll do the microphone. I need, what is that? I need one of those cups. What's it called?
You know what? That was good enough. I'll take that.
That cup here,
So again, gates open on Friday at 3 o'clock, 1:45 on Saturday.
Exactly. Ticketmaster, and go to any All-American Fresh Credit Union, and you get tickets there also right here. Just walk into any All-American Fresh Credit Union and make sure you go get your tickets, get them early, VIP tickets, and all regular tickets. Just come join us and have fun.
Again, May 4th and 5th, the 2012 Schaeffer Ice Center.
And I will not be singing there. But,
you need to. Hey, after the break, one of the great partners of this event, Coke. We visit the Coke headquarters to talk about the neat event they've got going on. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back to our guide for you to the Schaeffer Ice Center Crawfish Boil, here with Walter Body of Coca-Cola. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Doing very well. We are here with you at the Birmingham headquarters, and in front of a nice little history case here of Coca-Cola in Birmingham because of a neat thing that you all are doing with the Crawfish Boil. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this year at the Crawfish Boil, Birmingham Coca-Cola will recognize 10 apprentices for their participation in our 2012 mentorship program.
Neat. All right. So tell us, are these high school students, age-wise? What is the deal in terms of who's going to be honored?
Well, there are some high school students. The ages range from 18 to 24.
Okay.
And they were selected through a program, through a national program on April the 6th.
Okay.
And the actual winners will be named on April the 20th.
Oh, and tell us what's going to happen at the Crawfish Boil for them.
Oh, that's going to be an exciting day for them.
Bet.
They'll be asked to come on stage, recognized, and be also be asked to talk a little bit about their experience as a mentorship.
Yeah.
They will spend time with a Coca-Cola executive for a day.
Oh, my word.
And there will be 10 of those selectees.
How fantastic. Do they know the number of people that come to the Crawfish Boil?
I don't think
There's going to be
they have
thousands.
any, I don't think they have any idea what they're in for.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic, and then have great seats for all the great concerts and the great event. You know, Coca-Cola just world globally has a great reputation for being really community minded. I know that's true here as well. Is that a part of your partnership with the Crawfish Boil?
Absolutely. We've been a part of the Crawfish Boil ever since its inception.
Yeah.
The Crawfish Boil and Jack Schaeffer, they've always given back to the community, and that's what Birmingham Coca-Cola has tried to instill in their programs of giving back to the community, and this is just a part of our giving back.
Well, you all do a great job, a great community member, and so be sure and look for that. That's going to be a high point. I can't wait to see those mentees up there talking about about being a part of this program at the Crawfish Boil May 4th and 5th. It's going to be fantastic. Walter, good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at the big event
at the Crawfish Boil.
It's going to be fun. Stay tuned. We are coming right back. Stay with us.
Welcome back into a special edition of Daytime Alabama as we get you ready for the 2012 Schaeffer Ice Center Crawfish Boil, again with Dr. Jack Schaeffer. You know, again, it's the crawfish and the music, food, everything else, company with one another. But really the premise behind all of this was giving back to the community, wasn't it?
Right, and actually it started, Aaron Beam and I were both on the board of the Leukemia Society, and the original Crawfish Boil, and we still call it the Party with a Purpose, it was all for charity. Now it's become this big community event, but you know, you never forget the charities. You can't forget where you came from. And Camp Smile a Mile is one of them, has been with us since the beginning. And each year we bring a child that has fought cancer, and we give that person the Marissa Fagelson Award, which is a friend of mine that died of cancer. She was a sweet girl, fought it, and it's so great to go on stage with my people, and we just have such a good time, and you know, we've lost a couple.
And the kids in the past have had a chance to go on stage and meet Fergie, and it's been a thrill.
Well, they get to pick anybody they want to meet, and usually all the bands want to meet them. And I bring back the other kids too. Katie, who stands by my side, and Becca. You know, the kids that you know, these aren't kids anymore. Some of these kids have grown up there in college. They were, you know, 15 when we first started doing this, or 14, and now they're all, you know, grown up and have jobs.
Right.
And I tell them they should just hang out the Crawfish Boil. But this year, Sean Fradella will be our recipient, so he'll walk up on stage and 25,000 people start screaming, Sean, Sean.
And tell me about Sean.
And he, at age 3, he was diagnosed with cancer. He's now 11 years old.
Wow.
So, you know, he's going to beat it. He is going to beat it. His parents have been supporters at Camp Smile a Mile. His siblings all go to, we have a sibling camp, and so they go. And it's just wonderful to watch a child just explode that day. And to me,
so he's going to actually get to go on stage and meet some of these great acts that are going to be there.
Oh, and he goes and talks to it's not the acts, he talks to you, the people, and y'all scream back at him. And so he, you know, they realize that people understand, because when you're diagnosed with cancer, and Katie wrote a book, she was a recipient like 10 years ago, and she comes every year, but she wrote a book, What It's Like to be in school and be diagnosed with cancer, and it's a tough thing to go through for your friends, for you, for the family, and it's not just about what can happen to you, it's about your relationships. And
that's what's so special about Camp Smile a Mile. When they get to go to camp, they're with others that are like them, and they get to just be kids.
Exactly.
Right? And not feel different and not feel special.
And the camp,
or they feel special but not different, right?
Well, they don't even feel special when you go to camp.
They get treated pretty well when they're there.
all the counselors, a lot of them have been through this, and so they see, wow, I can be like that. And so the camp is just like you go to camp, except for when I tell everybody on the beach, when you go to a normal camp, people run in the water, you see T-shirts and shoes all over the beach. At Camp Smile a Mile, you see hair, you see legs, because they've taken off prosthetics, and everybody just jumps in themselves. And so when you look at the beach, you realize, wow, what a special thing for Camp Smile a Mile.
It's an incredible place, and we've had the pleasure of being there. So they're a big recipient, again, of the Schaeffer Eye Center Crawfish Boil. We're so excited about it, and just love that you continue to have that focus on giving back to the community. Well,
you know, it's great. And I do want to thank, we couldn't do it without sponsors. And so I'm going to name them because there's so many of them this year, but Budweiser, NBC 13, 103.7, The Q, Coca-Cola, Virginia College, Culinard, Vitamin Water, Limbaugh, Sion, America's First Federal Credit Union, who would go there and get your tickets. Verizon Wireless, Papa John's, the Marines, you know, it's great what the Marines do. Jim Beam, the Sheraton Birmingham, the Birmingham News, 102.5 The Bull, 103.1 The Vulcan, 104.1 The Beat, and Zeke Interactive.
So much great support from the community.
And I don't have to hold these papers anymore.
That's right, and we're thrilled to be a part of it as well. All right.
What does that mean when they do that?
That's
behind
a wrap,
there?
I think.
Oh, it's
all right,
a wrap.
we'll be right back with more. And again, to tell you how to get those tickets, the Schaeffer Eye Center Crawfish Boil.
See you at the Crawfish Bowl.
May 4th and 5th.
All right, just about a minute or so left of getting everybody ready for the big event.
Well, we got our shades on.
We do?
We're ready to go.
Future's so bright, gotta wear shades. I think we have our guitars on. Can you sing?
I can sing, you play. What do you play?
I got a G for you.
Do you? Darn, that's the wrong key. Man,
It's not very tuned, and we just took these off the wall. These are the Crawfish Boil posters of the bands from 2009, 2010, and 2011. Come and see 2012, because it's going to be a great day. You will not see this, I promise.
That's right.
This will not
folks who
happen.
know what they're doing with these will have it.
Yes, but I can play a G. There you go.
That's all
Again,
you
May 4th, the gates open at 3 o'clock. May 5th at 1:45. An incredible lineup. Really something for everybody.
And it's about NBC. She's doing that again.
Dr. Schaeffer has all the right notes,
Doing that.
doesn't he?
America's First Federal Credit Union. You can get tickets in advance.
Yes, and Ticketmaster. And
Ticketmaster.com.
thank you for Red Mountain for all they've done to make this happen. Thank you for Camp Smile a Mile. Thank you for NBC. It's going to be a great year. See you there.
Thank you.
We're looking forward
Thank
to
you
it.
for making this happen.
Yeah,
It's a great
absolutely.
event.
Wendy.
We'll see you out there.
Has anybody ever sang to you before?
No.
Wendy.